Welcome to my YouTube channel. So we will move to the next topic, which is plant as living system. So do you agree that plant is a living things? Okay, in this topic, you will be able to explain the characteristics of plant which consider plant as a living thing. First, plant is a living thing because plant composed of cells. Okay, if you recap back in unit 1, cells is the smallest units that have the capacity to live. So plants consist of cells. Therefore, we can say that plant is a living thing. Many plants are composed of trillions of cells, which the cells carry out the life processes required for the organisms. Okay, the cells consist of many organelles, which are the cell wall, vacuoles, chloroplast, cell membrane, and nucleus. Now we move to the next point. Plants are considered as living things because plants are highly organized. We recap back in unit 1, the levels in biological organization. If you can relate the organization of plant with the level of biological organization, we can say that plant is highly organized because it is constituted from molecule, organelle, cell, tissue, organ, system, which make up into population. From the population, it make up into community, ecosystem, and last but not least is the biosphere. So this is where we can see the organization of the plant is highly accepted. The next point is plant release and use energy. The same goes with us human. Okay, we are living things. So if the organism can release and use energy, we can consider it as one of the characteristics of living things. So plant create their own food, and they also can use the energy for activities for growing, repair, reproduction, and maintenance. So two energy related activities involving the plant are photosynthesis and respiration. Now let us move to the next point, which shows that plant as the living things, where plants have the ability to respond to the environment. Like us human, when we touch a hot object, okay, we will quickly remove our hand from the hot object. That is how we can say we are a living thing. Okay, we are not a zombie, all right? Because zombie cannot feel pain, okay, and therefore they will not react to their environment. Okay, so how actually and why plant can respond to the environment? Okay, let's see an example as depicted in the picture. Okay, plant need to do photosynthesis. They need sun and they need water to survive. Okay, so the shoot of the plant will move towards the sun. Meanwhile, the roots of the plants will move down towards to search for water and minerals. Okay, so you can see how the root and the shoot responds to environment, which is the sun and the water. And another example is the Venus flytrap, which usually live in a soil that is lack in nitrogen. So the source of nitrogen they will receive by capturing and eat insects, okay, that fly in the Venus flytrap. That's why we call them as tumbuhan makan insects. All right. Okay, in these slides, it shows that plants grow and develop. This is important characteristics of living things. Like us, we also grow and we also develop. But there are two major differences between growth and development. Growth shows the increase in number of cells and size. Meanwhile, development shows different stages, the changes in stages of life. So for growth, when there are increase in the size and the mass of an organism, we can say that the plant grow. But to explain about the plant development, okay, when the plant start its life from immature stage to mature stage until the death stage, okay, so that is how we explain the development of the plant. Okay, so remember, when you can see the size of the plant change, we can say that the plant is growing. Okay, but when we mention about the plant have three different stages, from immature to mature stage until its death, we are saying about the development of the plant. An important characteristics of plants as living things because it can reproduce, which means it can form new individuals from the mother of the plant. Okay, so plants can form new individuals either through a sexual reproduction or by sexual reproduction. A sexual reproduction, as you can see, that occur in pokok setawa, where it doesn't involve the unions of male and female gamete, but the offsprings, which is this one, the small part of the setawa, we call it as the new individual. The offsprings can reproduce from the mother. But for sexual reproduction, it needs male and female flower for fertilization to occur. Therefore, as a result, okay, the offsprings will be reproduced, and the offsprings might be genetically different from the parents. Compared to the pokok setawa, the genetic of the offsprings will be identical to the parent. Do you have DNA in you? Yes, if you have, then you are a living thing. Okay, but can you find DNA on your phone, DNA on your laptop, DNA on your headphone, DNA on your tablet? No, they don't have genetic materials, which is normally known as DNA, which can transmit genetic information from one generation to the next generation. So plants have the genetic materials, therefore we consider plants as a living things. Last but not least, the characteristics of plant as living thing is plant can adapt to environment, and evolution occur in plants. Okay, what is evolution? Evolution is a process where the organism, which is plant, adapt to their environment over time. Okay, but to evolve, the genetic will change. The genetic of the population will change from generation to generation. Okay, as time goes by from our ancestor, okay, the plant is characterized by the charophytes, but as time goes by we can see now flowering plants. Alright, for adaptation, as depicted in the picture, you can see a cactus with some thorns on the surface of the cactus. Okay, this is how the cactus adapt in the environment, which enable them to survive in such situations, because they are very small and located on the ground. They easily being eaten by the animals. So to adapt to such environment, to such situation, they have some additional characteristics which make them survive in such condition.